My people, we have all got a big dilemma coming up, and that is with Gear 13. Who the heck are we taking to Gear 13 first? And more than ever, this decision is extremely important because we have so many things that we need to get to just take a single character to Gear 13. It's likely going to take a long time with the Geonosis Territory Battle, Grand Arena Championships, etc. And so, what are going to be the first characters to take to Gear 13? In this video, I'm going to give you guys 10 characters that I think are the most ideal to take to Gear 13. I'm really going to unpack 5 of them, and I'm going to give 5 honorable mentions. So really, I'm really giving a list of 5 with 5 honorable mentions that I'm not going to digest quite as much. And this is, I'm really feeling this. I'm going to be honest. I'm feeling the weight of this decision, especially now that I've committed to you guys. I've made the commitment. I'm not going to spend any more money on the game so that I can get back to basics and just enjoy it a little bit more wholeheartedly and innocently without putting so much money into it. And so I've really been digesting these stats and just trying to figure out what is going to be the best move. And believe it or not, I don't think that the best move here is just simply to take your Darth Revan team to full Gear 13. I actually think you might want to pick and choose a little bit more than that. Now, a huge shout out to my friends over at SWGoH.gg who have this page that gives you all of the stat comparisons. I'm actually really surprised. I haven't seen very many people talking about this. This is massive, ladies and gentlemen. I've got a link down below in the description, and this helped me put together this entire video, and so I very much recommend you guys check this out. There's a lot of ways you can slice and dice this data to look at different characters. These are just the characters that stood out to me. Cubs fan Han, cut to the chase. All right, let's get to the honorable mentions, starting with, and these are in no particular order, these honorable mentions. Number 1 on the honorable mentions list is Bosque. And Bosque here is, what makes Bosque so challenging to face on defense is his tenacity. If you've got that tenacity high enough, he gains 16% tenacity from Gear 12 to Gear 13. Very solid. Numbers 2 and 3 together are Jedi Anakin and Snips, who are already very solid under a Padme team. Snips in particular gets a lot of assisting, and Anakin he's got some pretty ridiculous AoE action going on, and they're both going to gain 900 and 1,000 physical damage respectively, which is in league with Han Solo, which is also one of the better characters to take. And so to me, these two, because they're already in the meta, that's going to be a pretty solid take. L3 is our 4th honorable mention. L3, go look at her stats. I'm not showing all of them for these honorable mentions here, but lots of strength, lots of armor, lots of resistance. L3 is already a very awesome tank in this game. Probably one of the more underrated and underused tanks in the game, and so very solid boost there. And then my man Magna Guard, he gets 11,000 health, and with his new added tankiness and the way that this general Grievous team functions, Magna Guard is actually going to be pretty high on a lot of people's lists, I think. All right, getting into the top 5, and we're going to really get into the base stats here, and I really want to go through what the boosts are and what is notable. And I don't have this in order, although I'll talk a little bit about where I think I'm going first at the end of the video. So I'm giving 5, but just know this isn't necessarily ranked. The first one, and I'm getting this out of the way because this is the one everybody's talking about. General Grievous, all right? We all know why. I mean, who doesn't know why? You can pause the video right now and tell me why in the comments, and tell me you told me before I told you. You know it's because of his base health. His health is going to be easily going up to 100,000 if you mod him right. And you look here at his health stats. He's gaining 9,611 health. That's the actual number gain. But that base health number is going up to 48,000. And so that's a very, very high base health, going to definitely be very solid. Now, not to mention his protection actually goes up pretty decently as well. He's going to gain 26,000 protection, which is a decent amount of protection. Now, from an offensive standpoint, he actually gains almost nothing. He does have physical damage for his damage, and he gains literally 3 offense, but that's by design because he's actually really gaining a ton of offense based on that health gain. And then defensively, not super notable, but Grievous is gaining a pretty decent amount of armor. I mean, he is going up 8% on his armor from 26% to 34%, and so he's going to be a bit harder to hit, which is pretty nice. Next on the list, and this is one I'm going to put pretty high after I take care of a couple characters on my arena team, and that's old Daca. old Daca actually gains a very solid potency boost, 50 to 65%, which she benefits a lot from potency, but that's not the best part of this. The potency boost is nice, but the health is really where she's going to gain a lot of benefit for you. Similar to Grievous, her base health is going to jump up to 42,000, and so getting her up kind of into the 90,000 range is probably going to be pretty possible for you, especially because her kit has so much stacking health to it. Daca is under Gear 13. I mean, she's already a bit of a handful to kill with the way that her kit functions and how much bonus health she gets all the time and the way she's able to heal. It's going to be that much harder to kill her. And so Night Sister teams, I think, are going to get a lot harder with the Gear 13 Daca. Old Daca also does gain an interesting amount of protection. Not crazy, but 16,000 is nice as well, and that will definitely help. Now, from an offensive standpoint, Old Daca actually gains a pretty good amount of offense, too. She's not necessarily an offensive juggernaut, but 617 physical damage gain, and she is a physical damage character. That's also going to be really nice as well, and that crit rating is going up 4.25%, which is actually the highest on this list in particular, out of the 5 characters I'm going to share with you today. And then also, she does have a bit of a tenacity gain, which is nice. You've got about 10% difference, so she's going from 30 to 40%, and her armor goes up 8%, which is basically where Grievous was at. Good stats, but really where the benefit is just crazy is that underlying max health. Next on my list of 5 is Han Solo. Now, there's probably going to be a bit of debate on whether or not Han Solo should be on this list because he has some pretty stupid stat increases. His increase in damage is over 1,000. It's amazing. He's going to hit so hard. He already hits so super hard, and combined with his Zeta ability, he's going to hit twice. Add Chewbacca in there, who also gets a nice damage boost, and it's just like, oh my gosh. Han Solo is going to be amazing, and I think Han Solo with Chewbacca combined probably going to be able to one-shot a lot of characters. But is it really a defensive team? Probably not. Still, it's probably something you're going to want to take on offense. And so is it really going to make them that much better that they're going to be able to kill teams you weren't able to kill before? Maybe. It kind of remains to be seen. And so for Han Solo, he's in my top 5, but he's probably the last one in the top 5 because I'm going to probably want to wait and see what those numbers look like before I jump on giving him that gear. But the numbers look good. The numbers definitely check out for Han. Now, from a health and protection standpoint, Han Solo does gain 7,726 underlying max health and 8,000 protection, so not really much that's notable there. That's not a very high tier on where all the gains are for everyone, but there's the physical damage. You've got 1,066 underlying physical damage that he's going to gain, which, oh my gosh, that's gonna be sweet. And then defensively, you can see his stats here: 7% armor gain, about 10% resistance, and he's not gaining any tenacity, so I don't have that shown. Next on the list, we have got Darth Malick, and Malick, he gains a lot. I mean, is Malick already one of the best characters in the game? Maybe the best character in the game. But he's going to gain a ton of damage and a ton of underlying max health. Look at this guy. So, first of all, with max health, he's gaining 13,000 max health. That's more than Grievous. He already has pretty solid max health. His max health right now is 54,000. He's going up to 68,000 max health. Holy cow. And so if you have a lot of, health mods on him, my goodness, you're going to go well over 100,000 damage or 100,000 health, which is just insane. His protection boost is not that much, but his health converts, or his protection converts into health, so not really that notable. Offensively as well, Malick already hits like a truck, especially if you get some crit damage on him. He's gonna go from 3,058 physical damage to 4,098. That's 1,040 boost, almost as much as Han Solo and on Darth Malick, and he is a physical damage character. And so Malick is gonna be at the top of everybody's list, I think, if you've got him or if you're going to unlock him soon, hopefully. Having him at Gear 13 very early will benefit you tremendously. Defensively, nothing really too notable. He gains 4.8% armor, 5.67% resistance, and no tenacity gain. And then finally, last, I saved I'm going to say my number 1. This is the first character I'm taking to Gear 13, and that is Basilar Fallen. Now, it's amazing. We've made it as far into this video as we have, and I have not mentioned speed as a reason to take a character up to Gear 13. All of them except for Droidica, to my knowledge, gain 20 speed total when all is said and done on their base speed. But Basilar Fallen, she's going to benefit the most from that probably, because on that Jedi Revan team, having her go first is just tremendously beneficial to you. And so you may have a fast Basilar right now, but if you're not the first one to get your Basilar Fallen to Gear 13, then you're going to get outsped pretty quick, and that's going to make things miserable for you unless you have a good slower counter, which they do exist, but a bit harder. That's not the only thing that makes her good, though. She also gains a pretty decent amount of health, not quite in league with Malick and Grievous, but 7,833 health is very nice for a character like Basilar Fallen. And then she's going to gain 9,586 protection. Offensively, she is going to have a notable amount of special damage increase as well. Again, not quite in league with Malick, who's gaining over 1,000 physical damage, but special damage, which she's a special damage character, 721 special damage increase. And Basilar Fallen already hits pretty hard, so her base special damage is going to be 5,811. To put it in perspective, 5,811, I'm pretty happy if I get my Yoda to about, over 6,000 special damage, preferably more, but 6,000 is kind of that threshold that you really want to hit, and that's going to be her base stat, almost 5,811. Very, very solid. She is going to be scary at Gear 13. And also from a defensive standpoint, not really much going on. 2% armor, 3% resistance. So there you have it, my friends. Again, out of this list, I didn't do it in order necessarily, but I will tell you my first two for sure are number 1, Basilar, number 2, Darth Malick. The benefit you get from them, not even considering the fact that they're in the meta, but the benefit is just so solid. And then throw into the fact that they're part of your meta team. Those are going to be the first two I hit on. And then the other three, I really do feel like Grievous, Daca, Han Solo are going to be very soon to follow. I think I can probably get away without having my Darth Revan, my HK at Gear 13 for a little bit, just because I want to kind of spread out that benefit. But that said, HK should probably be an honorable mention because he gains a pretty stupid amount of damage too. a lot of DPS going out there. But my friends, this is a big dilemma. Tell me, what are your plans and what do you think about my list? Let me know down in the comments below. This is just my opinion. There's probably 3,000 other opinions out there, and I'm sure some of them are very good, and so I'd love to hear what your differing perspectives are. Thanks again for joining me for the video, my friends. If you did enjoy it, thumbs up. It definitely helps the channel. And as always, my brothers, don't forget
my dead body. Sorry about the mess.